Another common question I get is, can you rank every skyscraper? Like some of my other rankings, it made me question what constitutes as a skyscraper. Well, for day 10 of Rankmas, we'll answer both of these questions. According to numerous different organizations in the United States, skyscrapers are defined as buildings of at least 150 meters or 490 feet in height. So I set up a race in the creator and found a prop that was approximately 150 meters in length and then put it up on its side vertically to really test the height of these buildings. According to this metric, 18 buildings are counted as skyscrapers in Los Santos. The worst skyscraper is the Elgin Avenue Hotel, which didn't really score well for design, entranceways, or overall use. Likely only being used as a hotel, this building is not seen in any missions and doesn't have any extra features. In 17th is the hotel on Power Street and Vespucci Boulevard. This hotel has a much better design than the Elgin Avenue Hotel, though it is still limited for its entryways and its overall use. The office on the corner of Peaceful Street and San Andreas Avenue doesn't have as nice of a design, and is one of the shortest buildings on this entire list. This is also the last of the 3 buildings that do not have official names within the game. Every other building from here on out will. For example, the Von Krastenberg Hotel has a very unique name, which helps with its ranking. Though it just barely qualified as a skyscraper, as according to our aforementioned metric, it's just barely tall enough. This building definitely has a lot of rooms and only has one use as a hotel. Given its location, it does benefit from having the most parking of any building on this entire list. The Wee Wang Tower has a very sleek design and a fair amount of parking via the parking lot outside, though we aren't really sure what this building is used for, whether it's office space or apartments. However, its location just out of the city is fairly ideal for either one of those. Now, although the Mile High Club might be able to score a lot higher if it was actually completed, but for the last 10 years, it hasn't been completed. Therefore, it's extremely poor in design, parking, entranceways, and its overall use, because it doesn't have a use at all, except for just being in the occasional mission. This building has the most potential of any skyscraper on the list, but given the fact this has been going on for 10 years and its only strong point is its height and location, it can't currently score much better than 13th place. The 707 Vespucci skyscraper is definitely a lot shorter compared to its counterparts in this list, and its design isn't ideal. However, it is used within a Cayo Perico setup mission and definitely has a good amount of parking. Being a lot taller, the Schlongberg Sachs Hotel is located in basically the same area, and scored almost identically to the 707 Vespucci skyscraper, as it's also used in the same Cayo Perico prep mission and virtually has the same location being right across the street. The Little Seoul Tower is also located outside of the main city, and is likely used as more of an office space than anything else, as we can purchase an agency here. However, it did struggle for its entryways and overall height. The Richard Majestics building has an absolutely brilliant design, and a good height and good parking. Although I did dock quite a few points for the fact that despite it having a revolving door, you don't use the revolving door to enter your apartment, which is something we learned during my apartment ranking video. Eclipse Towers may come as a surprise in 8th place, having better design, great height, and a good location away from the hustle and bustle of downtown. Though it does struggle on entranceways and general parking, despite having multiple garages inside. Now, if you're an avid GTA 5 player and enjoy having access to rare things within the game, consider joining my GTA 5 crew, the UTD Armed Forces. As our crew tire smoke is actually the Patriot tire smoke, which we gain access to all year round. It also gives you access to different lobbies where you can play with me on my streams or other viewers of the channel. The Alta Tower is a bit more run down on the exterior, but on the interior it's just as nice as any other apartment you can buy in the game. The building appears shorter in general because it's located near many other much taller buildings. However, its overall location and outside exterior parking really help boost its score. The Weasel Plaza is also purchasable as an apartment, and it's also seen during the winter free roam event where you can obtain the WM-29 pistol. Being based on the same building as the Nagatomi Plaza in Die Hard, many people are drawn towards this building for its design, despite it being older like the Alta Tower. The Union Depository skyscraper is mostly known for its basement. However, this high-rise office building is very tall, has a nice design, and a wonderful location in downtown. Although it doesn't have many entranceways into the building itself, we do know of a lot of ways to get into that vault. Next is the IAA building, which scores just below the FIB building. These two buildings are very similar, however the IAA building mostly struggles due to the fact that it's less used in missions and has a less desirable rooftop. Though the FIB building is not perfect, as it does have some construction panels on the northeast side, which many people may forget about or just fail to notice. So together, these two buildings basically tie for 4th place, with the FIB building having a slight edge on the IAA one. In 2nd place is the Arcadius Business Center. This is not the tallest building on the list, but its overall design is extremely unique and it has good underground parking as well. Being located on the north end of the city center, it's also quite desirable, meaning that you have a clear view of Vinewood Hills if you face that direction. Meaning that the number one skyscraper in the entire game is obviously the Maze Bank Tower. Being the tallest building in the game and being based on the US Bank Tower in LA, this building is almost perfect. Though it does struggle in some very minuscule ways with parking or not being accessible in any missions, I would be lying if I didn't say this was the most iconic building in GTA 5. Well, there are only 2 days left for us to close up Rankmas, and if you don't want to miss the weather ranking video, consider subscribing and clicking that bell to get notified tomorrow. Or you can watch the rest of the Rankmas videos here.